The baseball world was hit with absolutely shocking news during what was supposed to be a routine matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees. What started as a highly anticipated game between two of the most powerful teams in Major League Baseball suddenly turned into one of the most jaw-dropping incidents in recent baseball history. Cody Bellinger and Aaron Judge were seen in a dramatic confrontation with Shohei Ohtani right on the field, and the footage has already taken over every major sports platform in the country. The entire stadium fell silent before erupting into chaos, and what happened next left players, coaches, and fans completely speechless. What exactly triggered this explosive moment between some of the biggest names in baseball? Why did Bellinger and Judge both go after Ohtani at the same time? What did Ohtani do or say that pushed things this far? And most importantly, what are the consequences for everyone involved, and will this incident permanently damage the relationships between these three superstars? When the starting lineups were announced before the game, the atmosphere at the stadium was already electric. A Dodgers vs Yankees matchup always carries enormous weight, but this particular game had an extra edge to it. There had been whispers in the days leading up to the contest about rising tensions between the two clubhouses. Sources close to both teams had hinted that certain comments made during recent press conferences had not gone down well with key players on both sides. But nobody expected things to actually boil over the way they did. Nobody could have prepared for what unfolded on that field. Reporters who were present at the stadium described the atmosphere as unusually tense even before the first pitch was thrown. Several players on both sides were seen exchanging cold glances during warm-ups, and the usual friendly banter between opposing players was noticeably absent. Beat writers covering both teams noted that something felt different about this game from the very beginning. Veterans in the press box who have covered baseball for decades said they had rarely felt such a charged atmosphere before a regular season game. The incident occurred in the middle innings when Shohei Ohtani was standing near the batter's box preparing for his at-bat. Without warning, the situation escalated dramatically. According to eyewitnesses on the field and in the stands, words were exchanged between Ohtani and Cody Bellinger first. The exchange appeared brief but intense, and those close enough to observe said that both men were visibly agitated. Within seconds, Aaron Judge had also stepped into the confrontation, and what followed was a scene that nobody in that stadium will forget for a very long time. Players from both dugouts immediately rushed onto the field. Coaches, trainers, and team staff all scrambled to get between the players and prevent the situation from escalating further. The umpires rushed in and did everything in their power to restore order, but for several tense minutes, the field was a scene of complete chaos. Security personnel also flooded the playing surface as the crowd roared with a mixture of shock and disbelief. Television cameras captured every second of the confrontation, and within minutes the footage was spreading across every social media platform imaginable. Manager Dave Roberts immediately addressed the incident in his post-game press conference and made it clear that he was deeply troubled by what had happened on the field. Roberts said he had never seen anything like this during his tenure as Dodgers manager. He acknowledged that emotions run high in big games but emphasized that what occurred went far beyond acceptable behavior. Roberts confirmed that he had spoken directly with Ohtani immediately after the incident and that the Japanese superstar was physically unharmed but emotionally shaken by the unexpected confrontation. Roberts said that Ohtani is one of the most professional and composed players he has ever managed and that seeing him targeted in this way was deeply upsetting for the entire Dodgers organization. The manager made it clear that the Dodgers fully stand behind their superstar and that any suggestion that Ohtani provoked this situation would be strongly challenged. Roberts also confirmed that the team's legal and front office staff were already reviewing the incident and exploring every available option to protect their player. Freddie Freeman, who witnessed the confrontation from just a few feet away, spoke to reporters after the game with a visibly serious expression on his face. Freeman said that what he saw on that field today was something he never expected to see in a professional baseball game. He revealed that the incident happened so fast that many players on both sides were caught completely off guard. Freeman said that his first instinct was to get to Ohtani and make sure his teammate was okay, and that several other Dodgers players had the same reaction. Freeman added that the entire clubhouse was rattled after the incident and that the mood was very somber following the final out of the game. He said that the Dodgers are a family and that when one member of that family is targeted, every single person in that clubhouse feels it. Freeman made it absolutely clear that the team would rally around Ohtani in the days ahead and that their support for him was unconditional and complete. Mookie Betts also weighed in on the situation and did not hold back in expressing his feelings. Betts said he was standing close enough to see exactly what happened and that what he witnessed was completely unacceptable by any standard of professional conduct. He said that Ohtani never once lost his composure during the confrontation, which in his view said everything about the kind of person and professional that Ohtani is. Betts revealed that after the incident, Ohtani walked back to the dugout without saying a single word and simply sat down and refocused on the game. That image, Betts said, of Ohtani staying calm when everything around him was exploding, was something that stuck with every single person in that Dodgers dugout. Betts said that he has played alongside many great players throughout his career but that Ohtani's composure and dignity in that moment reminded everyone exactly why he is considered the best player on the planet right now. On the Yankees side, manager Aaron Boone faced an extremely difficult press conference following the game. Boone appeared uncomfortable and chose his words very carefully as reporters pressed him for answers about what triggered the confrontation. Boone acknowledged that the situation got out of hand and said that he had already spoken with both Judge and Bellinger about the incident. He did not reveal the specifics of those conversations but made it clear that the Yankees organization takes matters like this extremely seriously. When asked directly whether Judge and Bellinger would face internal consequences for their actions, Boone did not give a definitive answer but suggested that the organization would handle the matter appropriately and professionally. Sources inside the Yankees clubhouse told reporters after the press conference that the mood among the players was tense and that there were disagreements internally about how the situation had unfolded and whether things had gone too far. Major League Baseball officials confirmed late in the evening that they were launching a full review of the incident. The league stated that it had access to multiple camera angles of the confrontation and would be conducting interviews with all players and staff involved before making any decisions regarding suspensions or fines. Baseball analysts and former players speaking on major sports networks throughout the evening were nearly unanimous in their view that significant disciplinary action was almost certain to follow. Social media exploded within hours of the incident. Clips of the confrontation were viewed tens of millions of times across multiple platforms, and the names of Ohtani, Judge, and Bellinger were trending worldwide for hours. Fans from both sides of the rivalry weighed in passionately, with the majority expressing shock and disbelief that something of this magnitude had occurred during a regular season game between two storied franchises. As the dust began to settle late that night, one thing was abundantly clear. This incident had shaken the baseball world to its core. The Dodgers clubhouse stood firmly and completely united behind Shohei Ohtani. The Yankees faced serious questions about the conduct of their star players. And Major League Baseball now faced the enormous responsibility of delivering a response that would send a clear message about what is and is not acceptable on a professional baseball field. The baseball world will be watching very closely in the days ahead. How will MLB respond? Will Judge and Bellinger face serious suspensions? And how will Shohei Ohtani, the man at the center of all of this, respond the next time he steps onto that field? Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting and up-to-date baseball news and stories.